just let me know.
So today is February 5th, 2025, and it is 5:30 p.m. And Juanita.
Yes, so can we call the meeting of the Library Board of Trustees for the City of Palm Springs, California? Can you do a roll call, please?
Sure. Juanita Garner.
Here.
Al Jones is unable to participate at this time, but he is on observing. David Norgard.
Here.
Deborah Schwartz.
Present.
Okay, we have.
Great, moving on to item 2, the acceptance of the agenda. Do I have a motion to accept the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Great. Okay. At this time, we set aside time for members of the public to address the Library Board of Trustees on agenda items and items of general interest within the subject matter within jurisdiction of the city. Although the Library Board of Trustees values your comments pursuant to the Brown Act, it generally cannot take any action on items listed on the posted agenda. 3 minutes are assigned to each speaker. Do we have any public comment today?
Yes.
So, yes, I was going to say, if you have, if you want to speak, yes, speak up or raise your hand. So Al Jones would
Go ahead, Al Jones.
Okay. I don't know what you can see or can't. No, mine's just really, really quick. Debbie and I are both liaisons to the foundation. I just wanted to compliment publicly the work of the foundation. It's one of the most vital groups I think I've ever seen and had the chance to interact with. I hope, Peter, you're online, but it's just an amazing group, and they've been doing an amazing job in helping us to raise the funds. And I just wanted to acknowledge them as a trustee. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you, Al. Okay, we're going to move on, and I need someone to make a motion to approve the minutes of our November 6th, 2024 meeting.
I was just going to say, anyone else need public comment?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't know.
I didn't know. Is there anyone else that would like to make a public comment at this time?
I think we just have observers, but if you raise your hand, I know a lot of people are not allowed to speak unless we permit them to. So if you hit the raise hand button if you need to give public comment, but I don't. Okay. Okay, so moved.
Second.
Oh, you need meeting minutes of November 6th and January 8th, even though the January 8th minutes are basically that we started a meeting and we ended a meeting.
Right, that's okay. So we're moving, so the motion is to approve the minutes of November 6th, 2024 and January 8th, 2025. Oh, so moved.
Seconded.
Great, thank you.
And yeah, you all vote yes, right?
Yeah.
No objections? No objections? Okay.
I know this is weird.
Okay, and we're going to move on to item B, library statistics.
Actually, that is part of the consent agenda. So all of that gets rolled in together.
And the donation report as well?
Yes.
Great. Okay, so let's move on then to item 5, administrative reports. Do we have someone from Friends of Library?
So I believe I will report for the Friends today. So in December, they had a very successful holiday bazaar. In December, they sold over 40 individually curated baskets and other library materials. In January, the 23rd and 24th, they had their annual book sale. They made it into a $5 bag and $10 box sale, and they were very successful with that sale. They just initiated every Friday and Saturday until the library closes that they're going to offer a 50% discount off of all the materials on the shelves inside the library. So that will be happening. And then they just added a new book sale at the end of this month on Friday, February 28th and Saturday, March 1st. And all that will be over at the Fry building. They also helped to sponsor the first keynote speaker, Jennifer Lewis, for the first Our Voices, Our Stories Celebrating Black Authors event that happened this past Saturday. And their annual event is coming up. It is scheduled for Sunday, March 16th. It's for members. And so always they encourage members of the board and anyone interested to join and become a member of the Friends. I think that's everything.
Great, thank you. Does anyone have any questions or comments for Julie? No? Okay. So we will move on to Palm Springs Public Library Foundation. Do we have someone from Foundation with us tonight?
We do. Hello, I'm Peter Pearson, Executive Director of the Palm Springs Public Library Foundation. Nice to be with all of you through Zoom. To start my report, I just want to thank Al Jones for the wonderful statement he made, praising the foundation. Really appreciate your understanding of all the foundation has done over the last year to really try to become the best possible partner we can be with the library. We have several things to report on today. First is the foundation typically does a year-end fundraising campaign, a letter writing campaign to individuals to try to raise funds. And we did that again this year, but we changed a few things in how we did that compared to past years. First of all, we had the wonderful support of the library's grant for public awareness. So people in the Valley really knew more about the Library Foundation this last year than they probably ever have before, thanks to your generosity and our ability to then have that very large public awareness campaign. The other thing that we did was this year we contracted with a company called Carl Bloom and Associates. And Carl Bloom and Associates are specialists in library direct mail campaigns. And they helped create an end of year message for us in a letter that not only went out to current current donors, but they also sent it out to people who had never given to us before. And they picked some criteria of the people that would be most likely to give to a library. So, and then the third thing we did that was different than in past years is we had all of our board members gather in November for a letter signing party. And anybody who had been a previous donor to the foundation, they received a personal note from one of our board members on their solicitation. So all of those things together really created this wonderful end of year success for us. I'm happy to tell you that we almost doubled what we received in the end of year campaign from a year ago. The board of the foundation was really pleased to know that all of those factors contributed to the success of this campaign. And so I want to thank the trustees for their part in the public awareness that helped make that successful. We're also going to do a second campaign in April called Library Giving Day. And this is the first time the foundation will have done this. It's a fundraising campaign that libraries across the country have incorporated into their individual giving plans for the last 7 or 8 years. And this will be the first time that Palm Springs has tried it. So we put the solicitation out as a way of saying, love your library, show your love for your library through a donation. And that's going to take place in late March and early April. Also want you to know that we have continued. We had some remaining funds from the grant that you gave us for public awareness. And so we spent the last of those funds during the last 2 months to do some additional general public awareness, which you may have seen in some TV spots and some print ads. The second to last thing I wanted to let you know is that we are now planning for our next fundraising event called Cocktails on the Page. This is going to be an event 5 to 7 p.m. on Friday, April 11th at one of our board members' homes, Betsy Smalley. Betsy lives in the home that was Liberace's home. So we know that that's going to probably be appealing to a number of people who want to just see that home. We're going to have space for 125 people for cocktails and hors d'oeuvres and an author. The author that we have chosen is a HarperCollins author. Her name is Ruthie Thorpe. Ruthie's most recent book is Margot Has Money Problems. And you may have not heard of the book, but you will very soon because it's been optioned for a series on Apple TV with Nicole Kidman starring in it. So
Wow.
we're hoping that there's going to be a lot of publicity about that before the April 11th event. Tickets are going to go on sale for $150, and we're going to be limited to 125 people. So we hope you'll give consideration to attending that fundraiser for the foundation. The last thing in our report, Bill Wiley, our board president, had oral surgery day before yesterday and was unable to join us today. But Bill asked that I give this message to the trustees about our appreciation for Craig Borba. On behalf of the Palm Springs Public Library Foundation, I want to go on record commending the efforts over many years by Craig Borba on behalf of the Palm Springs Public Library. As you know, Craig served the interests of the library at the foundation with the Friends and most recently in his position leading the trustees. In that capacity, among many other accomplishments, Craig assisted on a successful memorandum of understanding between the foundation and the city and supported grant requests for our awareness campaign and our executive director salary. He was an instrumental figure in helping get the foundation going again, and we thank him for that and for all of his other contributions. So that message is from our board president, Bill Wiley. And to all of you again, thank you so much for the great support that you give to the foundation. We love what we do. We hope that we can be best possible partner to you going forward.
Thank you very much. Does anyone have any questions or comments?
I have a question and a comment. With regard to the cocktails on the page, it sounds like it's going to be pretty limited. Can you make sure that we are reserved some tickets for those on the board that want to attend? Because I know that I certainly do.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. We're going to make sure that the foundation board and the trustees get first access to those tickets. Thank
Great.
you.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a good question. I thought of asking, but I thought, now would that be kind of weird? I don't want special treatment. Okay, wonderful. Thank you. So we're going to move on to item C, which is library staff report.
All right. Happy New Year, everybody. Yes, and I have read that book by Ruthie Thorpe, and it is a hoot. And besides Nicole Kidman, it's an all-star cast. I think Elle Fanning stars as the main character, and
Michelle Pfeiffer, Nick Offerman.
Michelle Pfeiffer. Yeah, it's going to be a really great cast, and the book is really good. So, and you get to go to Liberace's house. I mean, that's
why I want
really
tickets.
nice. So another initiative that is happening, I wanted to tell you about is called Serving with a Purpose. And this is their 12th annual year. And actually it's my 12th annual year here at Palm Springs. So this conference has been going on for 12 years. It is created by librarians for library advocates, supporters, and whatnot. The keynote speaker, Jeffrey Cohen, Peter Pearson has been a keynote speaker, I believe. He's our Ed McBride has been a participant. I saw his picture on their website. I was like, oh, there's Ed. William Kent Kruger is the special author. They always do like a motivational keynote speaker that's related to libraries. So it's geared towards Friends, Foundation, trustees, and the staff that work with them. So it's all libraries. It's in Ontario, California. At the convention center, it includes continental breakfast, a plated lunch, and it's just a really great time. And then there are breakout sessions, and when you do breakouts, you break out with the groups that you're affiliated with. So trustees, you would break out and go have discussion groups with other commissioners and trustees, and staff would go with staff, and the friends would go with friends. And it's worth every penny. And last year it sold out 7 weeks before the event, so I highly recommend it. I sent flyers to you, emailed you.
Yeah.
Highly encourage you to participate. And I think the foundation purchased a table last year, maybe. So there are carpooling opportunities. I just wanted to mention this. It's on Thursday, May 15th, and the early bird price is $95. So that is one item I wanted to mention.
Great.
Some things that will be, well, first of all, the library will be closed on President's Day, February 17th. The main library, Wellwood, will be open, the Wellwood Murray Memorial Library downtown. And speaking of Wellwood, something that we'll be bringing to you in the future. Don't know if it'll make it on maybe March, I don't know. We are currently in talks with the Plaza Theater Foundation to talk about us cooperating with them and their use of our Wellwood patio for VIP events, VIP receptions related to their programs. Really the whole, a variety of all of the events that they do, them having a side space and that would be our Wellwood patio. So we are talking with them, we are negotiating with them as the city, and in conjunction, we're hoping to get some space for us to do some of our programs there. But we'll be bringing that to you as the trustees for just your general overall consideration. The council ultimately has the say, but we obviously want your blessing on that and your like I said, your consideration of that. Another thing that will be coming down the line, we don't have to get this one finished until January 2026, but sometime between now and then, we'll be revising our library policies. I've given you some handouts. The California Assembly has passed Assembly Bill 1825. It's the California Freedom to Read Act. And they passed that in September. And it's not a really long piece of legislation, about 4 pages. But the California Freedom to Read Act requires every public library jurisdiction as defined that directly receives any state funding to establish, adopt, and maintain a written and publicly accessible collection development policy for its libraries by January 1st, 2026, as specified in the bill. Now, we at Palm Springs already have a collection development policy. We have a really robust set of policies that you, Library Board of Trustees, oversee and approve. So we just need to make some revisions to our policy to make sure that we adopt the language that they are asking for. We're very much in line with what it already says, but we need specific exact words to match. So there's an entire process and a checklist that they're asking us to do. So I just wanted to give you a little heads up about that. Just a little piece of business, but at the same time, we want to look at all of our policies, and we don't want to constantly bombard you with policy changes. So we try to do as many as we can at once to just make sure they're up to date, and that, they're not saying that we're going to check out our VHS tapes for 7 days and charge you $1 fee. And we don't do that anymore, as an example, which we don't have that in our policies. And then the rest of my bullet points are in the agenda, but Julie, you have programs to discuss? There's some great stuff going on.
Yeah, so in January, we started a music program on the patio at Wellwood every week on Tuesdays, and that went really well. People really enjoyed it, so we decided to extend it, and we are doing it for this whole month of February as well. We're also going to be launching a new poetry club that will be meeting at the Wellwood once a month, and that starts this month. I'm finishing up the press release right before I came here, so that'll be going out soon to announce. And then, of course, during this time is always very focused on film programs, because the Oscars are very popular, and so we are having several screenings of Oscar nominated films and performances throughout this month. And then at the end of the month, we always do a Let's Talk Oscars kind of scoop and talk about the snubs and all the kind of fun stuff to look out for. And then we continue to have a great lecture series with Oswald Land Trust and the Genealogy Society. So we've given you all February's calendar. Coming in March, we're partnering again with the American Documentary Film Festival. We used to do that every year, but we hadn't since COVID. And so we're relaunching that partnership. So we'll be he's going to let me pre-screen some films that he's selecting prior to the festival starting this year. So I'm excited about that. And some other fun things in March. So lots of things going on at the library. I encourage everyone to come out and attend our programs. We have something for everyone. Thank you.
Do you have anything else, or is this report?
That is it.
That's it. Well, thank you very much. Does anyone have any questions or comments? No. We're all good. Very informative. Thank you very much. Moving on, I'm a little concerned about this item. How are we going to approve a treasurer's report if we don't have our treasurer here? Can we just
I
go
can
through it
give it.
ourselves? Can you give it?
I can give the report.
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
The the report is in your packet. Because we haven't met for a few months, you have 3 months worth of financial statistics, whatnot. The page 29 in your packet shows the balance sheet for the 7th month of our fiscal year. So we are already more than halfway through our fiscal year. So at the bottom, page 29.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's here.
Got it.
It's swirly. Yeah. But basically the bottom line, the total fund balance listed there is $1,570,337.09. And not much of anything happening.
Great. That's good to
Been
hear.
that way.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
We're
Okay.
waiting for the renovation.
Right.
All right. Thank you very much. Can I have a motion to accept the treasurer's report?
So, oops. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
I,
Aye.
such a good team.
I know.
Okay, so we're moving on to item 7. This is accept the resignation of Library Board of Trustees Chair Craig Borba.
No way.
No, you're against it, okay. And the appointment of Vice Chair Rita Garner to the position of Chair.
And I did want to mention to you that Craig Borba is on the line if you wanted to maybe let him say a word or something.
That would be great. Dr. Borba, would you like to say a few words? We would love to hear from you.
Well, I really enjoyed serving with all of you. The task that I'm leaving you with, I'm sorry, is so large, but you guys are going to do a great job. Best wishes for the future, and I'll tune in every once in a while to see how well you guys are doing. But I appreciated serving time with you guys.
Thank you very much, and we appreciate you, and thank you so much for everything that you did. And I feel really strange when somebody calls you Craig because you're Dr. Borba. That is all I know you as. But thank you so much. And yes, please tune in, check in with us, and if you need, give me a hand once in a while, like remind me of things I need to do or how I need to say things. I would appreciate any and all criticism or encouragement.
You're off to a great start.
Thanks. Okay, so I need a motion.
I'm so moved to accept.
Second.
Great, so
You're done.
we're done with this.
Chairwoman.
It's a little scary.
Chairwoman.
I'm sure.
So the next item is to elect a vice chair for the Board of Trustees, and I'm just a little hesitant on that. Should we wait for the time when we have Al here? Oh, but you're going to be gone next meeting as well.
Yeah, I am.
How do you
So
want
want to do this, Jeannie?
Well, the one thing that I will say is that this roster goes through the end of June, so it's not it's 4 months. It's not forever. I don't know how you want to handle it, but it's up to you. You all can do whatever you want to do.
I would like to ask David if he would be willing to do that. Would you be willing to be vice chair for the remaining time? And then, of course, we will have to revisit that at the end of June.
Yes, I could.
Yes, okay, wonderful. So I need a motion for that. Is that correct?
Yes, you need a motion and a
A
second.
motion, okay, so
Okay, I just so moved.
okay, and I'll second that.
Okay, there we go.
And then y'all all in favor?
All in favor?
Yes.
Yes. All in
Okay, so moving on to item C, trustees to volunteer for advocacy committee, building committee, and friends liaison. So
So I did add that little caveat too. If
Okay.
you wanted to, you can fill them temporarily and reassign when new members are added. I know the one that's really important is the Friends Liaison, I think, because that was the one that Craig participated in and was very active in. I mean, yeah, all of them are important.
Right.
It's just up to you, and obviously Al's not here, so he can't chime in. So you can table this, you can wait, but then you've got till March, or you can take volunteers. Oh, Craig is raising his hand. You're off the board, Craig. I'm just teasing you. Hold on, just a moment. Yeah, I think
Can you hear me?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I also need to be replaced on the building committee.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
It was David and
well, advocacy, sometimes it's typically defaults to the chair.
Okay.
But you all can, yes, all of these you need to be replaced on.
I mean, well, advocacy committee, that's fine. I can do that. And probably buildings as well. The only thing I can't do is Friends just because of the time of their meetings. That's the only thing that I have an issue with.
I was on Friends and had to drop off of it for the same reason, so I'm on the foundation one.
I'm on buildings currently.
You are on buildings. Okay,
Yes.
so
So we
Okay.
need Friends.
But were there two building? Two on
Craig
building.
and I served together on
Yeah.
building.
So two people can be on building. So if you want to take Craig's spot on the building,
that would be great, but it still leaves us with somebody for Friends.
right? So and so advocacy and building, yes, that's good. And these are the way that this works is you all volunteer. No one appoints you, because then if we appoint people,
Right.
then it becomes a public meeting, and it's
Could
better if
we
you volunteer.
Maybe do it in shifts, because I can do it sometimes, but I can't do it every time.
Sure, I think
Maybe
that
we
would work.
could
You could say
do
I can do
that.
it, and then we can't go this month, and
What are we
It's on-
talking about?
For the
It's on a
The
Thursday,
second Tuesday.
Tuesdays, yeah.
Second Tuesday.
Foundation is Thursdays. Friends is Tuesdays.
Tuesday, when?
And
2:00.
Yeah, 2:00.
the
the
second Tuesday at 2 p.m.
I can share.
I mean, we could share it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're gonna do all this in June,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Anyway, so-
Yeah, it's gonna be redone.
Need a new trustee who can attend the Friends meetings.
yeah, that's their first job.
So I'm
Okay,
gonna
so
put you
then-
down, or if that's okay, Deb and David are gonna co-share the Friends. Is that what you want?
Right.
Is that okay?
Yes, that's perfect.
Okay.
And then you can put me on building committee and advocacy.
So the second Tuesday this month is,
Next week.
all right, if you want, I can do next week,
That'd be great.
because I can't do March. So I'm not here.
I can do March, but not February.
All right, so I'll do February, you do March,
Sure.
and we will negotiate April, May.
Right. Okay, great. That's perfect. And then
Better put that
you
on
don't
my
have to,
calendar.
you don't have to make a motion
make
or
a
anything.
motion,
That's
great,
just a
perfect.
volunteer assignment.
I'm sorry, before we move from that,
Yes,
could you repeat the Friends meeting?
Second Tuesday
Unmute.
at 2:00.
Turn it on.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Second Tuesday of each month at 2:00.
All right, so it's
And
the
it's
11th.
Located,
At the Palm Springs Public Library in the community room.
okay, including March?
Yeah, so February would be February 11th, March would be March 14th.
Okay.
All
Oh,
right,
no, March 11th, sorry.
March
It's the same
11th.
day. 11th
okay,
and
I've
11th.
got it on my calendar for next week.
Okay, and I'll put it on for March 11th.
All right,
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
And then they are having a March annual meeting.
Yeah, Sunday, March 16th is their annual meeting.
I won't be here for that either.
Okay, I'll cover the annual meeting. What time is the annual meeting?
2:00
2 o'clock.
Okay,
at the main library this year.
okay.
Oh, yeah, so many things.
okay, so item D, we're looking for volunteers for the 25, 26, 26, 27 2-year budget ad hoc committee.
And I will say typically the treasurer likes to volunteer for that,
Okay,
but he can't.
but he can't speak right now. Well, I think I went with him last time. It was Al and I.
Mhm,
So I can do that again,
mhm.
and then we'll just have to wait for him. Do we need to know now?
No,
or
we can just say that that is how it is.
Okay, so-
He's raised his hand. Let's see if you want to permit him to.
Okay, Al, so I just need you to say yes.
Yes. That's why I raised my hand. Yes, I want to continue.
Thank
Yes.
you, Al. Okay, so Al and I we'll do that, and you will
The answer
give us a
is-
date when you can.
Yes, that's
meet
the,
with us.
the unofficial answer. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, wonderful.
Yeah, and we will schedule something to, we'll schedule a time for us to have a meeting. But I just needed to get volunteers for that ad
Great.
hoc subcommittee. Because we do a 2-year budget now at the city. And so we're planning next 2 years. Okay,
It's gonna be a big 2 years.
volunteered. Okay, great.
Okay, and moving on to item E, you want to tell us about that?
So, Linda Jarman sent us a check of $3,000, and so we want to formally thank her for that. She did request that we use that money for the purchase of books. And so for you all to do that, or for us to spend that money, we would request that you receive the gift and allocate the funds to the trust fund books account so that we can use that to purchase books.
Okay, are there any restrictions on these book purchases, or is it just purchasing books?
No, she just said purchase books.
Wonderful, okay, so I need a motion then?
So
To accept
moved.
this?
To accept.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Great.
And thank you so much. We appreciate her gift a lot. And that will help us buy some great books.
Yay. So now item F, my favorite part of this meeting. So we're gonna hear about the renovation updates.
Okay. Yes, so let's see, Arun has a slideshow. We get to test our technology. So then we need you to share it on the Zoom. Go back, go back to here, share.
Yeah.
Right there, and then pick it. This is the tutorial. Okay. Yeah, you can move all the tools away. That's, yeah, there you go, and then you can minimize down to like 1. Okay, so yeah, looks good. What I wanted to do today was to show you actual samples, but for those watching at home, go to the next one. I wanted to be able to have this recorded. We can connect, we're going to connect this slideshow. I think we already did connect it to Engage Palm Springs. If we didn't, it's going to be on Engage Palm Springs. So you can go look. So our architects have been working with our architects are group 4, and they have been working with their consultants, architectural resources group, to ensure that we try to honor the spirit of our original design of this main library. So they've done studies of the wood soffits, the tiles. You can see different just color stripes here of what it was originally, what it is now. One of the interesting ones at the bottom is that the carpet was originally a tan or a brown color, and now it's purple. So I thought that was of course we've lived with that carpet for since 1995. It's held up, so you can go to the next slide. I'm going to show you some color swatches of carpets and tiles and whatnot. The overall consensus of our community was that cool and fluid should be the color palette that we are representing here. So they've tried to honor that, and you could go next slide. Okay, so on floor finishes, this is a layout of our future library. And again, this slideshow will be available on Engage Palm Springs, so you can go at whatever speed or advance and look at all the different things. So now at this point it's tricky because how do we do this? Okay, because I have real carpet and this is a real slideshow. So if you look at this layout on the floor, you'll see a main color, and that main color is going to be like a gray. And then you'll see these little puddles or ponds of color, and those are the accent colors. And so as we go through the different slides, it'll show you some the different colors. So just remember this or come back to this at another point when you're perusing the slideshow on your own. Okay. This is a very not exciting picture, but this is the J.C. Fry building. The J.C. Fry building will have a resilient floor in most of the spaces, except for one office space where it will have a basic carpet. So I'm going to the next slide. That's not very exciting. In our main room, as you know, like orange, Palm Springs orange is kind of one of our main colors. And in the adult area, our accent color is orange. So you'll see it's a very mild carpet color. And when we get done with the slideshow, I'll probably hold up the tiles because this is hard to describe. But this is the slide that's indicate representative of what the adult accent color is. Okay, next. And then again, here's an overall slideshow of showing you all of these colors together. So we have the carpet base. In the teen area, we have a green color, and in the adult area, we have an orange accent. But when I say orange, it's not a complete bright blob of orange. It's got, it's woven in with the gray. Okay, next. And then at each entrance, which again, yay, we're opening the south entrance again. We will have a walk-off carpet. It's a very non-exciting gray, boring. It's a rug, Don't quote me in the Palm Springs Post there on that boring blob of a gray carpet. But also in our library, we are just going to have the overall paint will be just a basic. This is right in the way. Can you move?
Oh, yeah.
Slide that over. Yeah. Okay. So the main we'll just have a basic wall color. So we're gonna have, it's called collector's item. The overall wall paint is like just an off-white. And then in our study rooms, it'll be light gray, but then we'll have accent walls. We'll have this fall harvest, which is orange. And then the olive is a green, again, representing the adult orange accent color. And then in the teen area, the green color. Okay. That was okay. In the teen makerspace, again, we'll have that green accent color, and then we'll have some resilient flooring. And this is a marmoleum. It's a rolled like a rolled laminate floor. And next in the create room, we're gonna have the orange accent color, and then the flooring is gonna pick up the accent of that orange also. But it's still a warm color and not completely screaming orange in your face. We're stuck. Okay, in the story time space, this is one of my favorite spaces. We're gonna have the accent color in the children's room is blue, and that is really picking up on that cool and fluid theme. We want to have a lot of fun in the children's area. You'll notice that the puddles are bigger. The story time room itself is completely the accent colored carpet. But again, the accent colored carpet is not screaming blue at you. It's woven in just blue accents. And then the children's wall will have beautiful accent walls.
And it's really pretty.
Yeah. I know the captions are in the way, but hey, that's all right. And then I'm hoping the next one is the story time. Yes. Okay. So this is beautiful. So this our new story time room is going to have I know our captions are all over this one. Our story time room is going to have these little nooks where children can sit in the wall. They'll have a little seat. And these are made of corian. And so they're cleanable, wipeable, stain resistant. It's going to be really beautiful. And we've got samples here that we'll be passing around you all to see. And then in our community room, our meeting room, we'll have the floor is, what's the LVT stand for? I forgot already. Luxury vinyl tile, yes. And so it's a little more durable. It's a little harder surface than the resilient. It's more resilient than the resilient. But it will be a nice surface so that we don't have to worry about spilling wine on carpet or anything like that. And again, really neutral. Again, the flooring in the create space, same thing. I think we did that one.
Oh,
Yeah, going backwards. Oops.
Gotta see the staff. We get gray. Just kidding. Yes, we get gray, but that's okay. So showing our offices and yeah, that's not very exciting. Yeah. And that's the carpeting example. Again, in the Fry building. Anything else? Got a few, restrooms. The restroom tile, it's going to be a tile floor, tile walls, and then a nice partition wall. Again, I think the tiles are really pretty. And the staff restrooms, same. And then our other finishes, Corian countertops, some laminate for our casework, bulletin boards. We'll have a few different walls, especially in the children's room, that will be just an entire bulletin board wall. And that way we could do displays and whatnot. The mullions on the interior, these are the window and door trims. The interior is a little softer. The outside is more traditional, what it was and currently is. So it's a real dark cocoa brown trim. And we're going to go back to that. So
Very nice, beautiful colors.
Stop sharing, and then I'll do a that. And then just click on the red one.
oh, okay. Just stop sharing.
I know. Like, okay, and then I'm gonna show you on the camera. We have our paint colors right here. So trying to do it for the camera also. The Corian is one of my favorites, and it's beautiful navy. Oh yeah, yes, I'm showing the camera right there. Beautiful dark blue, a little mid blue, and then white, and again wipeable. You can take your Clorox wipes for it. The carpet. It's really nice.
Like all this.
Yeah.
This is the base. See if I can get the camera to pick up on me. Like a sign twirler. Here's the base carpet. It's just a really nice gray. It does have lots of pattern to it, which will help with staining and whatnot. Because we know we have a lot of people using our library and things happen, right? Okay, my assistant. So we're gonna hold this up together. So this is the orange accent color. All right.
That's for the adult.
Yes, and that'll be the adult room. It has a little bit of a maroon accent too.
Yeah, it does.
This one is the teen green. It's hard to show. It doesn't show on the camera very well. But it's real, see, real light green. And then the children's has light blue and more of a
Really
royal
pretty.
blue, and even a little navy blended in with the gray. So
Really nice.
very nice. I think they're very nice colors. They're very representative. I think that's good. Very representative of what the community feedback was, and also still we're gonna have our architectural historically significant things still there. I mean, features. Yes. Think of the words for me. The architectural features that William Cody and his crew did design into the building, that we're not taking those things away. We're trying to make sure that our finishes honor that and don't detract and, you know, distract. We want to make sure that it'll all look wonderful when you come in. Now, timeline. So we're still working on that. We are still we're still on target. Our timeline is still on track. We are currently in plan check. The plans were submitted on time. The feedback came back to the architects. They have just submitted their responses. So we're still in that phase. Once that happens, once everything is concluded, then we get the construction documents, and then we can take it to bid. We don't want to put it out to bid not having clear direction for the contractor. So we want to make sure that everything is right. Oh no. The battery is running low.
Were there any of the comments, were there anything significant, or was it just mostly tweaking?
I don't know all the details, but I know there was just one, the thing that I heard about was just a question about the outdoor benches. So it wasn't anything major that I know of. No, I can't speak to the entire process because I did not see all the questions. But I think that it was a lot of just minor things like that. I'm hopeful. I don't want to misspeak, but that was the only thing that that was discussed with me, was asking me about the outdoor benches.
Okay.
And what we preferred for a change on that. I'm being told that we might go to council at the end of March to start the public hearing process for issuing the bond and going to bid. I don't quote me on that for sure, but that was kind of where we are on this. And then we are currently looking for temporary library location. We have looked at many properties and we have a list. And so we're working with our city on that to try to get something secured. But
Yeah.
very exciting.
So are you able to secure a location before it goes to council? Are you able to like hold something in a building?
Well, that's not for me to say.
Okay.
So I don't know, but we do have to negotiate the process and work to get quotes and work out a lease agreement. I believe that would still have to, because it's real property and negotiation. I do believe that would go to council to authorize it. I can't lease a property,
But as of now, do you have like a couple of options, or are you?
we have a list.
So
we have a favorite list.
Okay.
We have just, even yes.
Is it raw space you're looking at?
We're looking at storefront type spaces, commercial property. We need good parking.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, the one of the cheapest places would be like a light industrial warehouse, but there's no parking attached to a place like that. And we see between 500 and 700 people a day at the library. So we want to make sure that we are.
I guess you have to stay somewhat in this area.
Yeah, we want to stay in Palm Springs.
No, I know, but sort of in this area.
But we are taking that into consideration. You know, there's so many. I keep saying it's Goldilocks. I've got to find it's got to be just right. You know, we need good parking. We need it to be in a good location. We need to be good neighbors. Because we don't want to take all the parking. So we want to have a place
Yeah.
that has abundant parking that we can all share, and we want it to be in a good look, I keep saying good location, but
Yeah.
so many things. It needs to be able to hold some of our stuff. We've got to have at least some square footage, and we need to be able to afford it. There's a lot going on. So
I'm sure.
I'm thinking, yeah, we're gonna know something pretty soon, but you're absolutely right. Who? I sound like the owl.
Oh my goodness, okay.
But we're all learning and working on that. We worked on a list of needs for movers, and we're going to be working on getting quotes for movers, figuring out, once we find a space, we'll know how much we can take, figuring out programming space. Julie is working her magic, trying to decide, are we going to try to make it fit into the space we're at? Are we going to take stuff on the road? Are we going to do both? Probably both.
It's a lot.
Yes, and it's all at once. All around, right now.
Always,
Yes.
always.
But this is our thing. I've done this before. We just gotta get all the things all aligned, and then we will definitely keep you in the loop. And the community. We're not, there's no secret. We're not hiding. I heard someone say, "Where are you going?" Wait, we don't know. Somebody knows. Not yet.
But we will, and everyone will know, right?
Yes.
I mean, so there's gonna be like a big. How are we gonna announce it to everyone? How's that gonna happen?
We are gonna have a party.
Oh,
We
okay.
don't know when. We have a penciled date, but we don't know when. But we're gonna have a grand goodbye party. We want to have a big fun day at the library. We want to write on a wall. We want to crack open
That'll be fun.
the time capsule.
That's right.
There's a time capsule.
Oh my gosh, very
That'll be
exciting.
so fun.
We want to do that. Have a little grand goodbye party.
And invite all past trustees, friends of the library board members, all past foundation
Yeah.
members.
Directors.
Any former staff,
Mhm.
anyone in the community who ever came to our library should come.
Yes.
That'll be great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great idea.
But we'll keep you posted, and everybody will know.
Good.
That sounds absolutely wonderful. Okay, so moving on to does anyone have any future agenda items that you want to talk about now, or staff?
No, I mentioned
Anything?
the Freedom to Read Act. And
Right.
Julie.
I did forget to mention that, I sort of mentioned it when I said that the Friends sponsored the keynote addressed by actress and author Jennifer Lewis, but we did have our first Black History Month event on the 1st to kick off Black History Month, and our first Black author event, and it went really well. We partnered with the Mizell Center, and we had other sponsors, including Brothers of the Desert, Coachella Valley Sisters, Women's Jazz Festival. We served lunch, and it was a really wonderful event. The mayor and a couple city council people were there, and the mayor gave a proclamation to Miss Lewis, so that was really fun. And so it was a great day of celebrating the voices and the stories of Black authors, and it's something that we want to try to do going forward in the future. So I wanted to share a little bit about that, and I had forgotten to do that previously, so thank you.
Wonderful. That's great. Okay, thank you very much, everyone, for being here. And so our next meeting of the Board of Trustees is scheduled for Wednesday, March 5th, 2025 at 5:30 p.m. And we will be meeting here, correct?
Yes, I forgot to mention to you.
Go ahead.
I think the city council has adjusted their days of the week that they are meeting on, and starting in March, one of the meetings will be on Wednesday, the other one will be back on a Thursday, but they are going to move to Wednesdays, but it won't affect us. But then I do believe that they are going to offer commissions if they want to adjust their meeting times. But I know you work, and so I don't know if that's even a discussion item for us, if we want to bring that to the next meeting to talk about me. I'll talk to you offline, and then we'll see if that's something we want to bring on to talk about meeting start times.
You would have a conflict as well, right?
Well, it depends.
Changing the time?
Like
It
even if
depends.
you wanted to bring it up to 5 o'clock instead of 5:30.
That wouldn't affect me.
That would be fine with me.
So we,
Okay,
we'll
well, we can
discuss
talk
it.
about that.
Yeah.
more. So, okay,
so
So
possibly
actually, I
we might
like that
talk about
better, but-
meeting
Yeah.
times.
Yes.
okay.
But we do want to be respectful to people who work because,
Oh, absolutely.
sometimes you can't get here.
Yeah,
Right.
correct.
And we want to encourage commissioners who still work and maybe aren't necessarily retired yet. Yeah, that's all I have.
Okay, ready? Okay, so our meeting is adjourned and we'll see you all on March 5th. For our next meeting, well, except you.
Except me.
6:26 p.m. Thank you.
I'll be on a junk.